all of Keith Timmons' cases since July 1st, 1985.
It was fast work, Stu. I appreciate it.
Guy's been pretty busy, even before he was DA.
Yeah, well, he always liked to make his share of the headlines.
A couple of those transcripts make pretty interesting reading. Guy got pretty crazy in court.
Yeah, unorthodox is the way the press used to describe it. They always thought it was real cute when some judge had threatened to throw him out of the courtroom.
You're not amused, huh?
I'm more interested in what happened outside the courtroom, how he builds a case, why he always seems to win more than his share. Thanks again for bringing these over.
Sure.
Come stand by David. Move! Oh, don't you make an attractive couple. Why didn't you tell me, David? Huh?
Miss Sheila.
You said you were coming up here all alone, silly boy.
Sorry, I didn't want...
Shut up!
Okay.
You've already done enough talking, and I heard every word of it. You don't believe him, do you? Trying to make it look like I'd killed Madeline. I didn't. I'm sure you saw that for what it was. Tell her. Damn it, you tell her I didn't kill Madeline. I want to hear you say it.
I wish I could.
He's still afraid of what you think. He couldn't bear you knowing that he just used you to get him off the hook. And you believed him. You couldn't bear that, could you, David? Not even now. He made you love him. He never loved you. He did it by making you think that he loved you, too. You don't love her. You love me. It's been me all along. Now tell her, David. Tell her I'm the one that you've loved. Look her in the face and tell her. Look at her. Tell her.
Where'd you get those?
The gift shop in the lobby. I saw him as we came in. I had to go back and get it.
Think the baby will like it?
It's not for me.
I didn't know you had a thing for toy monkeys.
Well, I do when they're accomplished musicians. Look at him. He's so cute.
Yeah, he's not very educational, though, is he? Toys today are supposed to teach something. Think I'm depriving our child of his or her Harvard scholarship?
You almost sound serious.
I'm not. I'm a little tense, though.
Well, that's understandable.
I was hoping I'd be secure and serene for you. I'm not doing a very good job.
Mason, you weren't even brought up in the church, and yet here you are, subject to its authority. That's got to be a very strange feeling.
Yeah.
Look, I don't think Father Metcalf is going to be too hard on us. He just has to ask a few questions and make sure that an annulment is what's called for in this situation.
I love you.
Here he is.
Good to see you.
Well, hello again.
Hello.
Gina Capwell. You were kind enough to buy me a drink, remember?
Right, my mistake.
Was it something I said?
No, I wouldn't take it personally. Just right now, I'm not in the buying mood, you know?
What's the problem? Suddenly I'm contagious? You hardly know me.
No, I know enough about you. When people get in trouble with the law, it tends to come to the notice of my office.
Well, I hope you're not judging me because I've had a few bad breaks. I wouldn't have had any of the problems I've had if it weren't for my involvement with the Capwell family. They've been nothing but trouble to me.
And why don't you get out of town to get away from it?
Because my son lives here. You know him. You must have met him.
How am I?
He lives with Santana. Santana Castillo. I'm sure you know who that is. She and her husband had custody of him.
Brandon, he's a nice kid.
I'm sure she told you the whole story about her being his natural mother. But the point is, I raised him for 7 years. I'm the only person that boy will ever consider to be his real mother.
Any special reason for you telling me all this?
I was hoping that you might be able to see my point of view.
What point is that?
I care about Brandon. I care very much about what happens to him. And if someone else must have custody of him, I want to make sure that someone else is giving him her full attention. So if she were to get involved in other things, she might neglect Brandon. I would hate for that to happen.
What makes you think this is going to be a problem?
I have eyes, and they don't miss much.
I wasn't thinking about your eyes. I was looking at your nose. And thinking what a shame it is you don't know how to keep it out of other people's business. You know?
You expecting a delivery from the drugstore?
Yes. Come on. Hand it over.
Not so fast. Angel has a question.
What?
Well, are these for you or what?
Tell Angel not to worry his pretty little face. They're not for me. They're for a friend.
What are you looking for?
My pills. My head is killing me and I can hardly breathe.
You're gonna be staying out late all the time. Maybe you're gonna have to plan ahead.
What is that supposed to mean?
Next time you gotta take an extra supply with you.
Cruz, don't you dare sit in judgment of me. You've hardly spent one whole evening at home since we've been married.
Hope they make you feel better.
I know you saw the sand on my clothes. What were you thinking?
I was thinking that in my experience, there is no sand at the Orient Express, which is where you said you were all evening.
I took a walk on the beach.
Hey, I didn't ask for an explanation, all right?
What are you reading?
Some old cases.
What old cases? Hello?
Santana, it's me. You okay?
Yes, Mama. Brandon's all right. He's already asleep.
I'm sorry to call you at home, but I couldn't stop thinking about you. It's been quite a night, hasn't it?
Mama, I'm so sorry I picked Brandon up so late. I just lost track of time.
Listen, you're gonna think I'm crazy, but I want to see you. Can you come out again? I'll meet you any place you want.
No, I don't think so.
I hated the way it ended. We should have been spending the whole night together.
Mama, sometimes things like that aren't possible.
You were fantastic. Do you know that?
No, I don't.
You had to live up to the dream somebody had been keeping since high school. And you were better than the fantasy. But, I want to see you.
Mama, I'm just gonna have to get back to you.
I'll be at the Orient Express until it closes. Please come.
Mama wanted to know if we could get together tomorrow. I said I wasn't sure because I might have a meeting with a client. I'll let you get back to work.
No, it's okay, Kelly. Now, don't be afraid. I'm just a friend. A friend, you hear me? I just want to make sure that you don't make any noise. All right? Because then we wouldn't be able to talk. Now, I'm going to remove my hand very, very slowly. So when I do that, we're both going to have to whisper. Okay? So be very quiet. You got it? All right?
Who are you? What do you want? What?
I want to help you. No, they must have heard us. We got to be quick here. Yeah, that's right. You remember me.
What?
Pearl, that's my name.
Why do you pretend to be other people?
Well, because I don't like being here. I don't like the doctors here, and I don't want them to know who I really am. You understand?
I don't like the doctors either. I hate this place.
You got excellent taste. Now, I'm afraid that we're going to have to work very fast. So just sit tight and don't give me away, all right?
Mr. Kupnik, we've been looking all over for you.
Oh, well, always try the Oval Office first, my dear. We often burn the midnight oil in cases of national security.
It's your sister. Miss Capwell, you should be asleep.
I'm not sleeping.
Henry, take this young lady back to her room.
Bye.
Goodbye. Not goodbye. Only good night. I'll be seeing you soon. And may I say also that I very much wish that all my constituents were as careful and as caring as you. Now, what is this great debate about a sister? I don't believe I have a sister.
Greta, she said it was a family emergency.
Greta? Oh, of course, Greta.
Leonard. Leonard, it's Mama. She broke her hip in the same place, and they don't know if they're going to be able to fix it. Nurse, thank you for letting me see my brother, but I think I could get through to him if you would just leave us alone for a few minutes. Could you?
I don't understand what you're waiting for, darling. You can see she believes me. She knows we were in it from the beginning together. She knows you love me.
That's not true, Sheila.
What?
I don't love you anymore. I used to, but I don't now.
After everything I've done for you.
You killed my wife. I could never feel the same about you after that.
Are you crazy?
I found the weight lying right there by Madeline's body. It was the same one you always used. I picked it up and I kept it. I just never told you.
I don't believe this.
I don't either. If you knew she was the killer, why didn't you speak up?
All right, aside from the obvious sentimental reasons, I knew I could never prove that weight was hers. All the evidence was pointing to me. No one would listen to me. So I decided to stand trial myself with Sheila's help, and I'm very grateful for that help.
You save your gratitude. You think I'm gonna stand here while you lie, accusing
Sheila,
me?
you did what you thought I wanted. You killed her so we could be together. That was my fault, okay? I just never should have let you think that.
You stop. I did not kill Madeline. I saw the weight lying there, too. It didn't belong to me. You left it there. You were in the bungalow. I went there to have it out with her. I knew she didn't love you. She just wanted to possess you like another fur coat. I wanted to tell her to let you go. For heaven's sakes, let you have a life of your own. When I got there, she was lying on the floor. Madeline? Oh, my God. Get out of here. Oh, man. What happened? Who did this to you? It's your fault. It should have happened to you. I knew David had finally gotten desperate enough to do it. We had talked about it. We talked about how easy it would be if she were gone. When you were arrested, I promised you that I would do everything in my power to make it look like you had been set up. And this is the thanks I get? You bastard! You think you could throw me away now that you have what you want? Huh? Just say I'm sorry and then go off with her? Sheila. Not on your life. Or should I say your death?
Get over there.
Julia, for heaven's sake.
Get back there. And don't move another inch.
Look, please, you gotta listen to me. She'd do anything to save herself. Now she'd say anything.
Liar. Shut up. Would the two of you please just shut up? Now, I am going to call the police. So maybe you'd like to tell your stories to them, all right? Because I'm not interested. I'm not interested.
All right. Tell the police to send that weight to one of their labs. They'll find out that it's Sheila's. Then you'll know that I've been telling the truth the whole time. Look, when I went into that bungalow, the weight was lying next to Madeline's body, covered with blood. Oh, my God. Maddie. Maddie, please speak to me. Baby.
Sheila.
Oh, my God, look. You're gonna be all right. You're gonna be all right. You're gonna be all right. I felt for a pulse. There was nothing. But that one name kept ringing in my head. Sheila.
That's a lie. That's a damn lie.
I'm sorry, Sheila. I protected you long enough. I'm not going to do it any longer.
You protected me. Oh, you were oh too willing to let me go to jail for perjury while you went up to the mountains for a little vacation. Perjury, that is the only crime I committed. That and being stupid enough to believe that you could ever love anyone.
You are both so pathetic. Do you really think that I'm stupid enough to believe anything that you're saying? You two were in from the beginning.
What are you doing?
I'm doing what I should have done hours ago.
Oh, I am so happy to see you. I was worried sick.
Careful, baby. Careful. They got guys in little white jackets around every corner of this joint.
All right, how are you?
I'm fine. I just wish I could say the same about Kelly.
Yeah, I saw her for a few seconds when they were taking her to her room and she didn't even recognize me.
That's right. They got a shot full of chloropromazine. She can hardly even recognize her own self in front of her own mirror.
Sounds like pretty strong stuff.
Yeah. Worked great with elephants, but with human beings, they hardly even use it anymore. Except in cases where a person is like in extreme danger to himself or somebody else. I mean, and Kelly isn't even close to that category.
Well, are you going to be able to get her out of here?
First, she's got to read sane, and she's just too near the edge for me to do that right now. I mean, they call this place a hospital, but I don't really see anybody getting better. It's just like what Justin said. You get in here, but maybe, just maybe, you don't get out.
Well, then, Pearl, you do your business and you get out. I don't want to come back here and find they've turned you into some kind of a pod person.
Pod person? What's that?
Invasion of the Body Snatchers. That's what Kelly looked like, just after the alien took over their bodies.
Oh, no, don't worry about that. This Dr. Rollins is not getting his hooks into me tonight. Tonight, I get a look at his records.
Yeah? Well, be careful, okay? Oh, Pearl, I love you so much.
Oh, boy, I'll tell you what. That kind of thing is going to keep me going for a good long time.
Well, I don't want you to be in here for a good long time.
Believe you me, I don't want to be either. I mean, I got to tell you about this place, Courtney. It's a special kind of hell. It's all neat and quiet on the outside. And like flowers and sunshine with smiling nurses, and on the inside, I mean, these people are screaming. The only thing is, they're stuck so full of drugs that you can't hear them. It's exactly the kind of place that my brother was in.
Oh, Pearl, I'm just so sorry that I can't be here while you're going through all this. Listen, I'll come visit you every day, okay?
Sweetheart, I'm afraid you can't do that. I mean, the only reason they let you in today is because you said it was an emergency, right? Well, it can't be an emergency every day.
Pearl, how am I going to get through this if I can't see you to see that you're all right?
Courtney, you're gonna get through this. Both of us are, all right? You're a lot stronger than you think. I knew this from the very beginning.
Yes, it's time to go, isn't it? Leonard? I love you. Now listen, keep in touch. Mama really needs to hear, okay?
Oh, well, in that case, I'll just have to drop her a line, but it may be a little while now. Mr. Khrushchev is building that wall in Berlin. Gregorian is flying over my head. We in that, what do you call it, that Sputnik. And I have a joint session of Congress, which, of course, I'll have to attend.
Dr. Rawlings left us in the dining room. I called, he said to leave it here. He'll pick it up tomorrow, the morning meeting.
I'll get it.
Hello? I thought Bachman was going to cover that. No. Is he going to be all right? No problem. I'll be there. Yeah, bye. A detective was wounded on a robbery call. I'm going to fill in.
How long will it be?
I don't know, but I would imagine sometime after midnight. You might as well go ahead and go to bed.
I hope they don't keep you very long. You must be very tired.
I'm fine. I'll see you in the morning.
Good night.
Good night.
Hi, is Keith Timmons there?
Hello.
Hi, it's Santana.
You've made me a very happy man. What do you want to meet?
You can come here if you want. It's all right.
Well, I thought Cruz was there.
Well, no, he was called away on some business, and he won't be back until after midnight.
What if it's a false alarm? It could be really. Let's meet someplace else.
Keith, I can't leave Brandon.
Sorry, I forgot.
Maybe we shouldn't meet at all.
No, I want to, even if it's just 5 minutes. I'll be there.
Well, in light of what you told me, it would seem that your case for annulment has a strong basis.
Oh, I'm so glad to hear you say that.
But these things don't happen overnight, of course. But we will submit your petition to a matrimonial tribunal as soon as possible.
How long a wait do you think it might be?
Well, it varies depending on how many cases they have. I would say from 6 months to 1 year.
A year?
Well, it may not take that long if we can gather up enough information quickly. I'll have to contact your husband, of course, and speak with him.
But Mark knows that I'm seeking an annulment. He's agreed to it.
Well, it's a standard procedure to speak with both parties, even if they're in agreement.
But it could be very difficult. He's out of the country. It could take a long time.
I hope for your sake it doesn't take too long.
I didn't know that he'd have to be here. I thought he could just sign something.
Well, if he agrees as you suggest, I don't think that there'll be any problems. Just tell him all that's required is a short meeting with me. Well, I'll be waiting to hear from him.
Thank you for your time, Father.
Pleasure meeting you, Mr. Capwell. We'll be in touch.
Certainly. Well, it's going to take a little longer than we thought, but at least he's...
No, Mason, there's not going to be a wait.
What?
We can't get an annulment. It's just impossible.
Julia, listen to me. Look, you've got to know how much I love you. Whatever happens, you got to know that.
You think that I believe anything you say?
I know you're confused. But once this whole thing gets sorted out, you're going to know I was telling the truth.
Shut up.
Julia, listen to me. From the moment I met you, the only thing I've ever wanted to do is spend the rest of my life with you.
Did you
Please believe
hear
that.
what I said? Shut up.
We've been through so much, Julia. You've seen me stripped of everything, hope, dignity. You're the only one who really knows who I am.
Well, now that's my cross to bear, isn't it? You know, somewhere deep inside, I knew not to believe you. But it was so tempting because you were going to save me. You were going to save me from thinking that I'd never be able to love another man. And you were going to save me from the humiliation of that last criminal case that I handled so bad. You were going to save me, David. You were going to help resurrect my self-worth.
I never lied about loving you.
Your whole life is a lie,
Don't
David.
say she's right. She is so right.
Do you honestly think that it makes me feel any better to hear that you love me? When I know you're the kind of man that could plan your own wife's death and then try to cover it up. What I want to hear is that you didn't love me. For once, what I want to hear from you is the truth.
All right. I wanted to love you. You were very beautiful, and I thought you could get me acquitted. And I hoped that the love would come in time.
Thank you.
Julia, I still think we have a future together.
And are you
Please.
going to try to tell me you never loved me either? Not even in the beginning? Because I'll never believe that.
I cared for you, Sheila. I was even obsessed by you for a long time. But love? I only really loved one person in my life. And that was Madeline.
Mary, what are you talking about? It's practically a foregone conclusion. You heard Father Metcalf.
Yes, I heard him. I heard him talk about contacting Mark.
Mark's not going to give us any trouble. He as much as promised to stay out of the way. Why would he change his mind?
He doesn't know about the baby yet. That could change everything.
Well, if anything, it'll make him more resolved. Why would he insist that you two stay married so he could raise my child?
Mason, he might. He might do that if he thought he could get back at me for hurting him.
No, if he wanted to hurt you, he wouldn't have left town. He would have stayed around here and made your life miserable.
Mason, that was when the annulment was just an idea. Now that it may be a possibility, you don't know what he's like when he's under pressure. He can be very unpredictable. He could say things, he could make claims, he could...
What kind of claims?
Mason, I just don't want to give him the chance to come between us. We've got to find another way.
What other way, Mary? I mean, you two could get a divorce, but if he wants to fight it, he'll fight that too. Besides, I thought an annulment was the only way out your conscience would allow you.
I can't talk about this anymore.
We have to talk about it. This is our future.
Mason, no, I can't involve Mark in this. I can't.
I told you it was urgent.
No. Keith, Brandon is here.
I just want to know. There'll be another night like tonight, and I want to know it wasn't a mistake.
Keith, I don't know. I was acting really crazy tonight. We took some terrible chances.
We'll be more discreet. We'll use our heads, although it's really difficult to use my head when I'm this close. I know you have a family. We can work it out.
Can we?
I'm not going to give you any choice. Listen, I had a scare tonight, too. Gina Capwell came up to the bar, started saying things. I thought, look, it's cool, but this isn't worth it. But we can't let people tell us how to live our lives. We should have a right to happiness, too.
What did Gina want?
She was dropping insinuations. She'd seen us together, probably thought there was something going on. Plus, she has an axe to grind, you know. And she thinks that if she catches you fooling around, well, she can get Brandon back.
Yes.
But she doesn't have any proof. And we won't give her any.
Keith, Gina's very clever. I hate to think that she's getting any ideas.
I have as much at stake as this as you do. If the press catches wind that I'm crazy about the wife of their favorite cop, my career is in the sewer. If we use both our heads, it'll be okay.
And you're gonna stop having to show up here in the middle of the night.
Well, yes, I gotta stop doing crazy things like that. I won't. But maybe just one more crazy thing.
Keith, you can't stay here. You know, Brandon's in the other room. Cruz might just show up.
What's this? How'd you get these?
Cruz requested those. He's been looking at them tonight.
What for?
Do you think he'd tell me?
Dying to know what he wants to prove.
You aren't worried, are you?
Well, hey, these are ancient history. I want every one of them. He wants to learn something.
Maybe.
Too bad he didn't learn that you were the best thing that ever happened to him, but if he had, we wouldn't have gotten together. And that would have been a terrible, terrible, terrible loss.
It's true. I loved her from the day I met her, the day she died.
You're really something, you know that?
He didn't love Madeline. This is insane. Why would he turn to me if he loved her so much?
Maddie hurt me. With all her affairs, I thought it might hurt less if I were to have one of my own. But it didn't work. It just made me miss her more. Oh, what's wrong? You two wanted the truth, right? Now, what is it? You can't take it?
I can. Come on, David, let's hear it. Tell us all how much you loved your wife.
The day before it happened, I went to the bungalow to see her. I didn't mean anything, Maddie, don't you know? I was trying to prove I didn't care, but I never stopped loving you. I never...
Don't. Please don't talk, okay? We've both made so many mistakes. Let's just forgive each other. Love each other. Oh, David.
When she died, I had an emptiness I knew no one else could ever fill.
I almost believe you.
Can't you admit it even now? You killed her!
As God is my witness, I did not kill Madeline. I never laid a hand on her. But if I didn't kill her, and you didn't kill her,
Who did? You know, you're both wasting your time here because I don't believe either one of you.
Julia, you can believe me. I'm telling the truth.
Take another step, Dave.
Kelly, you're supposed to be asleep. What are you doing here? Oh, hey, get down! Get down!
What are you doing? What's this?
What? I'm not exactly sure. You see...
My name.
Your name? Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what. Sometimes they tape sessions that maybe you had with Dr. Rollins. And sometimes the doctors, they like to talk into the tape recorders, you know, sort of like taking notes.
I
Do you dig?
hear it.
What? No, you don't want to look
hear
at...
it.
I don't...
Put down the gun, Julia.
Don't come any closer.
You can't shoot me. You love me. You couldn't watch me die.
Don't you tell me what it's like to watch somebody die, David. You're the expert.
Look, Julia, I'm very sorry for what I did to you. I didn't mean to hurt you. I still think there's a chance for us.
You haven't got a chance in hell with me. Because you're gonna be in jail, which is where you should have been in the first place.
How's that? Are they going to put me in jail without a trial because we've already established that they can't try me twice for the same
Then I
crime?
will find something else for them to try you with. Don't make me shoot you.
You can't pull that trigger.
Oh, yes, I can.
that gun wasn't meant to hurt anybody. But this one, though. This one is the real thing. Move. Over here, move! Quickly! Don't anybody get any ideas about trying to stop me.
Where are you going?
As far away as possible. And believe me, I won't miss either one of you.
We can't, not here. Brandon's in the next room and sometimes he gets up.
Don't you love my style? I come over here and talk about acting like mature adults, and I come on to you like some kid in the backseat of a hot rod. I'm sorry.
No, I'm just as much to blame as you are.
You know, part of me wishes that Cruz had come right through that door.
No, don't even think that.
Why? He's declared war, hasn't he? The Spectre's out to get me. I have a right to defend myself.
No, don't use me to do that.
No, I don't want to use you. But the way he's treated you, he deserves to have it right back in his face. I will never do anything that you don't want. Trust me.
Maybe you should leave.
When will I see you again?
I don't know yet.
Tomorrow?
We'll see.
Don't be scared. I will not let anything bad happen.
No, what about Gina?
I'll handle Gina. Trust me.
Yes.
Julia, is it true that David's been arrested again?
Being questioned now.
What happened?
I don't know. He accused her, she accused him. I don't know. I couldn't keep track.
David accused Sheila of killing Madeline?
And then they both denied it. I don't know. I think they were both in it from the beginning. What do you think, Courtney?
What Sheila said in court about them having an affair, was that true?
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, now who do we believe?
I don't know. I'm not going to trust my instincts anymore, though.
I'm sorry, Julia. I know how much faith you had in him.
What happened?
Well, I can't hold anybody on a murder charge.
What?
All I have is the word of one against the other and not enough evidence against either one.
Wait a minute. Cruz, Julia said that they may have been in it together. Maybe they planned on killing Madeline from the
No,
start.
I don't think so. After talking to both of them separately, I really don't see any indication of a conspiracy.
So we just stop it? We just let him go?
No, obviously I'm going to try to find more evidence. But I think it's entirely possible that it's going to implicate somebody else. I don't think David killed his wife. And I don't think Sheila did either.
Well, who then? Who possibly could have done it?
After being communicative with both patients and staff, she was finally persuaded to participate in a one-on-one session June 20th. At that time, she was unable to express herself intelligibly in an interview situation. She has a tendency to be tangential and loose, unable to focus on simple tasks, even with gentle coaxing. It's my feeling that this reluctance is simply a manifestation of unexpressed rage, compounded by an inability to speak directly to her sense of disillusion. She's regressed and seriously withdrawn. So far, the use of psychogenic drug therapies have not produced much improvement. Electroshock should not be discounted as an option in the future.
Kelly, what are you doing? Hey, be quiet. It's all
Why did
right.
he say those things?
He doesn't know you. This guy is a quack.
No, he wants to hurt me.
No, he's not gonna hurt you. I'm not gonna let him. Neither one of us is gonna let him hurt you.
Why do you want to help me?
Because you're a very good person. And because I know this Dr. Rollins from a long time ago. I have wanted to stop him from hurting a lot of people before. Now is my chance, Kelly. You gotta trust me, though. You gotta believe that I'm gonna operate as your friend. Come on, it's the elevator. We gotta clear these tapes right away. Come on, help me. Quick, put it in. It's the president's responsibility to review the tapes. And I am the president. If it falls upon me to erase those tapes, then let's make no mistake about that. I accept that responsibility gladly. Pat, it's time for bed. Tomorrow morning, you, me, and Checkers will take a stroll around the Rose Garden. Good night.
Well, I hope I didn't get you out of bed.
Gina, are you crazy? It's the middle of the night.
I'm sorry. I was looking for Cruz. Is he here?
Cruz is not here. I don't expect him till later. He was called away on an emergency.
Really? Well, I hope you haven't been too lonely.
Gina, will you just stop it?
What am I doing?
You just stop creating problems where there are no problems.
What?
Gina, I know that you want to have some sort of excuse to go running to a judge to cry about Brandon's poor, broken home. Well, I'm sorry. This home is fine, and it's going to stay fine.
I never said that it wasn't.
You insinuated to Keith Timmons that we were more than just friends.
I don't know where he got that idea.
We went to high school together. We've known each other for years.
How sweet that you've been able to stay in touch.
Gina, you're not fooling anyone. You never change. You're always trying to get what you want by hurting people. Well, I'm sorry. You're not going to get Brandon back by your nasty rumors, wishful thinking, or anything else.
Thought you had me in the hot seat again, huh, Courtney? Sorry to disappoint you.
I don't know why Cruz did that. I don't have anything to say to you.
For what it's worth, I'm sorry.
Tell you what it's worth. But I don't know the word for less than nothing.
Yes, I'm calling from the United States, Santa Barbara, California. I'm trying to locate Dr. Mark McCormick. Can you help me? That's right.